Why else would I be late?
Anyway, today we were talking about... Well, here, John, do you have any ideas? Do you have a thing you really want to talk about?
Not really.
Okay, then, today, we are talking about The Mandolorian, the pretty epic show on Disney+.
The pretty epic
That
show.
everyone
That's a
knows
great
about.
description.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're
But
weird.
it's cool. It's good. I wish... I don't know,
It's good.
I felt like the ending was a bit too, like, oh, they're gonna make another one,
Yeah, it was a bit too dramatic.
right?
No.
Like, they sort of introduced the guy. I think it's the fact that he also... Okay, so spoilers for the thing. Spoilers for The Mandalorian. If
He
you
had
haven't seen it, go...
You had the black lightsaber.
Yeah. So he has the
The Darksaber.
Darksaber at the end. And that's really cool, but the deal is, if you reveal it at the end, it's kind of pointless.
He didn't get that tone.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I felt like they had finally gotten everything, like, sorted out and stuff, and then the series ended, right? It's more like a weird movie than a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of what...
I know that's the point, but
it's
it
not an
seems like
actual
a better
TV show.
It's
not an actual TV show. They've been doing this for a lot of the recent shows that are originals on all the streaming services, where it's not a TV show. They call it a TV show, but in reality, it's an 8-episode movie.
Yeah, and that's kind of ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
If it's a TV show, I want it to be a TV show. If it's a movie, I want it to be a movie and cut it down.
Michael, I think the reason you're mad is because a lot of people are moving on to the streaming services, so it's the thing where they're stuck in the middle ground where they don't want to make it a movie, but they're on streaming services so they can do more stuff.
A movie also means something different to people.
What do you mean?
A movie means that
It has different societal context.
I mean, a little bit. Like, what do you?
It's
what
normal
exactly are
to
you
binge
referring
shows.
to? Yeah.
It's not normal to watch 15 movies in a day.
Yeah, it is. It's the same type of deal, right? The only difference is that the show is like an hour each episode. So you say, oh, I'm gonna watch. It's just the amount, right? So you say, oh, I want to watch a season of the show. Are you gonna stop? I'm here.
I think it's fine.
With a movie, like, right, there are people who binge watch all the Star Wars movies and did that following up to like the releases of the newer movies.
Yeah.
And people who do that with all sorts of different things. So, like all the Marvel movies, people did that going up to the thing. Right? The difference is just in the length and the quantity.
I say it's good because
Right.
Also, a movie...
movie
The
is
Mandalorian was very good,
because it allows...
but it didn't if you think about it, it really didn't have a lot of CGI.
No, I think it did have a lot of CGI. I think a lot of it was background CGI, not...
Yeah.
Like, it was extra CGI, not, like, up in your face. Oh, like that Harrison Ford movie that's, like, the dog main character is, like, fully CGI. Like, that's the opposite of the CGI The Mandalorian used, where in The Mandalorian, it's just all the background stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the robots and stuff, to a certain extent, it sort of gets into an interesting quandary of what is sort of just, like, editing effects afterwards, and what is CGI, right? Because now it's all done by a computer. So a computer-generated image, CGI, and a computer-edited image, what's the difference between those?
There's not much difference.
There's not much difference, right? So in that case, it's all CGI because it's all edited using a computer.
I think the difference between that is one of it is like all of it is made up, or another one which is they have it and they slightly just make it look better.
Yeah. The main difference that people usually go with is that they make up all of it as opposed to, just taking something that was already filmed and then editing it. But with CGI, the way that works nowadays is that they have someone on the screen, like in the film, who acts as the CGI character. And then they map it onto that guy later. So have they created the entire thing, or have they just taken something and edited it to the point where it's something completely different?
I don't know.
Well, it's a question. Anyway, I think the main thing is that the Mandalorian's overarching, like, there was really no, like, overall, it was supposed to be like an 8-hour movie, but overall there's not a good story arc over the whole 8 hours.
That's true.
That's true. I mean, there's just story to it.
You could probably cut out.
Maybe an
Yeah, right? If you wanted to, you could cut out some of the episodes. Or cut them down or combine them into 2 episodes. And, like, for the story arc for the Mandalorian character, he doesn't really change or go through anything. He just gets the Baby Yoda. And protects it the entire time.
Which is fine.
True.
Which is fine. It's a fine thing for a story. But, like, for an 8-hour movie, I'm expecting you to give me something that's like, all right, you're gonna.
Yeah, but
Michael, I think you're
this is how they do it.
Yeah.
So
I think your problem, Michael, is
because it's labeled a TV show, so you don't have to grow a lot. I think your problem.
No,
shifting.
People grow more in TV shows, I would argue. It's just over a longer period of time.
Michael,
Exactly.
I think your problem is that you expect it to be a movie when it's.
I don't.
You want it to fall in. You want it to fall into the 2 categories, the strict categories.
No.
Movie.
Okay,
and
you need to stop yelling at me. I'm just trying to explain why I
Well,
dislike
listen.
the end.
Let me say what I'm saying.
You
and then
say it without yelling.
Okay. You want it to be completely either a movie or a TV show. Movie being 2.5 hours of stuff. Let me finish.
No, because you're wrong. I do not want it to either be a movie or a TV show.
Actually,
I want it to
you're
have.
wrong, Michael. I am the one who is right, which is you are expecting it to be more of the movie style when you're expecting it to more be a movie because it's longer than a TV show when you don't understand that it's more. They have it more of a TV show as they want it to have longer episodes so that it can explain more, but they don't want it to be a movie because they want to get a lot of extra things in it in the story.
And he does grow a little bit.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like a character arc.
It's the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It is the first season. And it's still good. I still think it's good. It just feels... The ending feels cut off, right?
It's a cliffhanger.
No, it doesn't.
It feels like
it
there
feels
should be
like
more.
the first chapter in a story.
Yeah, which is not
Which
really
it
how it
is.
should feel for...
So your problem is the fact that they didn't solve all the problems.
No,
and then
that's not my problem.
That is your problem.
You're extrapolating things.
Then tell me exactly what the problem is.
I don't know exactly the problem. It's my opinion.
So basically, you don't actually know anything.
No.
Yes.
At the end, it doesn't feel like, for either a season of a TV show or a movie, at the end of the TV show or movie, there is almost always, a sense of you're finishing the media, right?
Yes.
You get to the end of the movie, and it's like, yes, this is the end of the movie. Sure, there's extra bits and stuff like that, where, that they like, there's stuff at the end where it's obvious that they're going to make a sequel or something like that. But the ending of The Mandalorian, feels like the ending of Halo 2. Where it's an ending, sure, because all the characters, like the game ends and stuff, but they're right in the middle of, they're going to do something immediately following.
I don't feel like that's the thing.
You don't feel like that's an accurate...
Yeah, I feel like
no,
it's...
because at the end of The Mandalorian, he's one of the few Mandalorians left
I feel
in
you
like
could-
his
Well,
hiding group or whatever.
You don't know how many of them.
You don't know. You don't really know. But
Yeah.
he's solved the
Are you gonna
problem.
hold- But
he
he hasn't.
solved the
But he
problem
hasn't.
of the guy trying to kill him.
Yeah.
But he hasn't. The
He
guy's
has-
still alive.
But you know that he doesn't know that he's alive, so therefore you know that he thinks that he's dead.
I think it's a fine ending.
No,
I think you
I
just-
don't think that that's a sentence that makes sense to anybody.
It does.
Makes sense to
Peter,
me.
Peter just doesn't explain it.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll
John,
explain.
you.
The way that I see it is, it is an ending. It does kind of leave on a cliffhanger with the dude, but it does end the thing of that. It does leave that ending feeling that he's done with that planet. The original dude that he made the deal with is gone, but now he has a new dude that's gonna hunt for him.
But at the last two episodes, you find out. Sure, he made the deal with that other guy, but it was really the big bad guy who was aiming at him the entire time.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah, and it's a big
Yeah.
show up of the big bad guy, and then it ends the season on that kind of cliffhanger. But it still
Okay,
has an
you know
ending.
the Bulgarian.
Yeah.
The first season of the Bulgarian is kind of like the first book. At the end of the first book
Yeah,
of the Bulgarian, you're not done. They have a thing, but you know what they're doing now.
Yeah, but you knew what they were doing from the first few chapters of the Bulgarian. I'll admit that one's a better analogy because you're not supposed to read the first book of the Bulgarian on its own.
No.
It's pretty lame. Well, it's not lame on its own. It's a good book, but like you need to read the next one.
You need to read the next 4 books.
Else, there's really no story. There's no story that's
Like,
the first book. It's
Gorion grows, but does he really?
just yeah. It's
Why is that a problem to you?
it's not a problem. It's just something that I noticed, and
Michael,
gave
you're making
me a bad taste at the end of the
It's
season.
not a bad
Why would that
taste.
give
Well,
you a bad
not a
taste?
bad taste, but like I noticed it at the end of the season.
You
And-
find it annoying. You wanted
Yeah.
it to end.
I find it annoying mostly because they haven't come out with the second season yet.
So you're
it's
just
sort of
mad that
the-
it ended on a cliffhanger.
You're just
No, I'm not.
You're just mad that it
mad that it ended on a
Yes, you
cliffhanger.
are.
No,
Yes,
you're
you
mad
are.
because now they forced you to watch the next season.
no, I'm not mad about that. I happily watch this next season. I'm mad because I'm not mad.
You are mad.
You sound like you're mad.
Yeah, you kind of do.
That's because you guys are being aggressive.
I'm an
you're
aggressive person.
No, you're not.
Okay, no, really. But
The only time you're aggressive on random things, such as your headphones being taken,
yeah, please don't take my headphones, John.
food,
Why would you steal my food ever?
and other random things.
I
Me, on the other hand, I just hate everything.
Yeah, that's completely normal. Totally not narcissistic. I
But
will
yeah, it's
agree.
good.
Like if you wanted the Mandalorian to end right there and you thought it didn't need another season, yes, that cliffhanger, that semi-cliffhanger would be quite annoying.
Well, no, I just want right at the end of every like season of a show or a movie. The reason that they make sure it ends is because they know that you're not going to be able to get that season or a movie for like another year or two,
Yeah.
depending on if it's a movie or TV show.
Yeah.
So it
So you're
feels
just annoyed-
kind of crappy when you have to wait another year for something that, based on the story, the story beats and stuff, you should have access to very soon.
Yeah, so you're just annoyed by the fact
But
that
it's the timing.
they led up to it quite perfectly, and
Yeah.
Now you
it's
have to
kind of,
wait.
They kind of did it too well.
you have to go.
You're just
Yeah. I
mad
wanted
at
to get
you're just
around
annoyed at
this
the
process.
cliffhanger. That's all it is.
I'm not annoyed at the cliffhanger.
Yes, you are.
You kind of are.
A little bit.
You're annoyed at the fact that you don't get what you want.
I don't
instantly.
mind having cliffhangers as long as the how do I put this? Cliffhangers as long as there's an ending and then an extra cliffhanger.
That's basically what it is. There's an ending, and the dude is just.
But
So
it doesn't
you
feel
would
like
be,
an ending.
You would be better if the Mandalorian stayed on that planet to continue being a bounty hunter. And then there was that final thing where the dude shows up and cuts himself out. If they did that well, you would be better with them.
What are you trying to explain?
So
I'm not sure what you're
you
trying to
just
change.
said that you want there to be an ending and then a final cliffhanger, like a movie, like an extra credit scene in a movie.
Yeah, right. Like, you can have an extra cliffhanger at the end of the movie, but you still have the
So,
movie separate, right? Like,
You're
he
annoyed at the
finishes-
fact that the Mandalorian, that Mando does a bunch of stuff.
I'm
And then
not
he
really
leaves.
annoyed.
But
you
you
are
feel like
annoyed,
annoyed.
Michael.
No, you are assuming I'm annoyed because I'm annoyed at you for being aggressive.
Well,
you are
keep
annoyed.
your
You
emotions out
lied.
of your speaking.
No, you're being dumb.
No, Michael, you are annoyed.
Again. I'm not annoyed about
Again,
the show.
I
I'm
am
annoyed
right
about
because
you
I am
extrapolating
always
stuff from my
right.
sentences.
I am always right.
John.
And
I'm always right. And my singing is amazing.
He's pretending to play a guitar. You can't see him, but this is pretty funny, actually. Because he's an idiot.
No, you.
I'm not entirely sure what would be a better ending for that.
There's no
If
better
you don't know
ending,
what's
but
better, then
then
why
it's fine.
make the comment?
Because it's how I felt about the thing.
if you
Just
can't
because you
fix
don't
the,
know a solution doesn't mean you shouldn't recognize a problem.
if you can't fix the
Well,
problem,
if you can't
don't
fix the
bring it
problem,
up.
yeah.
Once you
Can't fix it, you ignore it.
No. That's how you end up
You-
blowing things up.
You keep tabs on it, but you ignore it.
You acknowledge it and, say, I believe this is a problem, and decide how much it affects, the rest of what you're doing.
You did not explain yourself correctly in the beginning.
No, I'm pretty sure you guys took it as you don't like the ending of The Mandalorian, which is not what I said.
Which is
the
what
ending
you
is
said.
fine.
That's kind
Which
of
is
what
exactly
you said.
what you
No,
said.
you guys thought I said that. What I
You
was
said
trying to
something,
explain to you
and then we
was,
interrupted you and didn't let you finish.
I don't remember if you interrupted
Yes.
me or not.
Well, we
you
didn't-
guys extrapolated that I did not like the ending and thought the ending was bad and was annoyed / angry at the ending, which is not true. I
Which
thought the
is
ending
true.
was pretty
Which
fine.
is true. Which was true.
But
True,
I was
true,
commenting
true,
on the
true.
feeling that I had at the end of the movie.
Well, you didn't
movie,
explicitly
TV show
state that.
thing.
The problem is you're bad at
I
explaining.
did. You didn't hear it because you thought
'Cause
you
you're deaf.
heard. At the end, I didn't really like the fact that
Yeah, that's what you said. You said, "Oh, I don't like the fact that it ended on a cliffhanger."
I didn't say that.
That's what you said. That's
No,
what he said, right,
no,
John?
no. That's what
No,
you two thought
no.
I said.
No, what Michael said was, I don't like the end. I don't like the ending of it. He didn't say anything about the cliffhanger. It was just like the ending. I don't really like it.
I didn't say it that simply. I mentioned
Well-
my feelings about how at the end it sort of is whack because
You
you still have the
didn't
guy there and it
say-
doesn't feel like an ending.
Basically, you're
Yeah,
wrong.
but you said
and
it-
I'm right.
In such a way that was like,
Accept defeat for I beat
I'm
you up.
annoyed because you're annoyed at the fact that you had to wait. So you were
Yeah.
So we interpreted the annoyance in your motion to be I'm annoyed at the ending.
And Peter.
That has nothing to do with the conversation.
But it does.
No, it doesn't.
Do you want to get out and
If you're
make
in
sure
the
I
conversation,
don't
then
hit
it
these
does have to
guys?
deal with the conversation.
John,
I am right, and you know it.
No.
Peace.
John, you don't have to get out.
I'm getting it.
Fix that door. John didn't close the door. I did.
ugh.
Okay. Do you know what he's doing? Is he going to move the thing?
He said 5 minutes. We'll just go in now.
Okay.
Wait, whose phone is that?
That's mine.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the end.